In the heart of New York City, a young woman gives up her dream job interview to help a stranger in the rain, not knowing the stranger's son is the very CEO she was supposed to meet. What happens next will redefine kindness, destiny, and the true meaning of success. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to Black Inside USA for more inspiring, life-changing stories that touch the heart and uplift the spirit. New York had a way of surprising people, especially on days when everything mattered. For Amara James, this day mattered more than any other in the last 5 years. She woke up with her heart racing, palms sweating, and an outfit she had ironed 3 times the night before. Today was the interview, the one she had been dreaming of since college. An opening at Dawson Global Innovations, the kind of company people whispered about with admiration. Its CEO, known for his sharp business instincts and surprising humility, was someone she secretly looked up to. She whispered to her reflection, "Today is the day, Amara. You got this." But New York had other plans. By the time she reached 7th Avenue, the sky cracked open, and a sudden sheet of rain drenched the whole city. Umbrellas flipped, taxis honked, neon lights blurred, and puddles grew like tiny lakes. Her blazer clung to her shoulders, her shoes squished with every step, but she kept walking, reminding herself that soaked or not, she was going. Then she saw her, a small elderly woman standing near a crosswalk, shoulders hunched, hair white as frost, clutching a handbag as the rain struck her like cold needles. She looked lost, confused, shivering, and very alone. People walked past her, hurrying, apologizing, pretending not to see. But Amara saw her, and just like that, fate held out its hand, the choice that changes everything. The traffic signal blinked red, cars splashed by in waves. Amara checked the time, 9:12 a.m., interview, 9:30 a.m., walk, 8 minutes, rain, merciless, she could still make it, if she kept walking right now. But the elderly woman suddenly stumbled, catching herself against a street pole. Her breath was uneven, her steps uncertain. Amara froze, her dream job was ahead of her, just a few blocks. But her humanity was right here, waiting, needing her. She inhaled deeply. "Ma'am, are you okay?" The older woman looked up, surprised. Her voice was soft, trembling. I think I got turned around. I can't see the building I'm looking for. Where do you need to go?" She opened her purse with shaky fingers and pulled out a small card. Elm Street, the community medical center. That was 10 long blocks away. In the rain, with taxis full, buses packed, and a woman too frail to stand another minute. Amara knew the truth before she even thought it through. She wouldn't make the interview. Not if she helped this woman. Not if she cared. Not if she chose kindness. The choice was hers, her future, or someone else's safety. But Amara wasn't the type to debate compassion. "Ma'am," she said gently, "I'll take you there." The old woman blinked in gratitude, tears mixing with raindrops. "You're very kind, dear." And so, without another thought, Amara removed her blazer, wrapped it around the woman's shoulders, and lifted her carefully onto her back. The rain didn't let up, but her determination didn't either. The silent witness in the storm. Behind them, a man in a gray suit stepped out of a taxi. He froze, his eyes widened as he saw an elderly woman, his mother, being carried through the rain by a stranger. He tried calling out, but the heavy rain washed away his voice. He started running after them, splashing through puddles, fear and confusion pressing hard inside him. He knew his mother to be stubborn, independent, always insisting she could walk to her appointments on her own, but she had been struggling more lately. Forgetful, slower, and he blamed himself for working too much to notice sooner. Now he was watching someone else do what he should have been there for. The man's chest tightened. "Mom, I'm coming," he whispered, running faster. A journey of 10 blocks. Amara carried the elderly woman with steady steps. The weight didn't bother her. The rain didn't bother her. What bothered her was the woman's quiet, shaky breathing. "Are you hurting anywhere?" Amara asked softly. "No, dear, just embarrassed. My son usually meets me, but I insisted I could manage." "Well, you're safe now. I've got you. Bless your heart," the woman whispered. Every few minutes, someone stared at them, some impressed, some curious, some inspired. And without knowing it, Amara became a tiny spark of light in a city known for speed, ambition, and indifference. A voice she doesn't hear. About 5 blocks behind, the man in gray kept running. He shouted again, "Mom," but the rain swallowed his voice whole. His heart ached, watching a stranger carrying the most important person in his life. Something about the young woman struck him. Not just the physical strength, but the emotional strength it took to stop your whole day, every plan, every dream, to help someone else. Something rare, something unforgettable, something he couldn't look away from. The unexpected beginning. When they reached the community medical center, Amara carefully set the elderly woman on a bench under an awning, safe from the rain. "You're inside now," Amara said with a warm smile. "You're going to be just fine." The older woman grasped her hand with surprising strength. "You gave up something important for me, didn't you?" Amara hesitated. "Maybe, but helping you was more important in the moment." The woman's eyes softened. "People say the weather tests umbrellas. But tough days test people." Amara smiled, squeezing her hand. "I just did what anyone should do." The elderly woman shook her head. "No, dear, not anyone, only people with hearts that shine even in storms." Amara didn't know how to respond. But destiny was already writing the next chapter. The man who arrives too late. The man in the gray suit finally reached the entrance, breathing hard, soaked, frantic. He stopped abruptly, seeing his mother sitting safely under the awning. With the young woman kneeling beside her, he felt a wave of relief so strong it nearly buckled his knees. His mother looked up and saw him. "Oh, you made it," she said, smiling. He rushed to her and hugged her gently, then turned to Amara. You carried her?" he asked, stunned. Amara brushed wet hair from her face. "Yes, sir, she needed help." He looked at her with gratitude so deep it softened his entire expression. "Thank you, truly, I don't even know how to express it." "It's okay," she said with a polite smile. "I'm just glad she's all right." The twist she never sees coming. But fate was not done surprising her. Because when the man reached into his coat pocket, he pulled out a familiar logo. Dawson Global Innovations. He stared at her soaked clothes, her worn expression, the kind sincerity in her eyes. "You were supposed to be at an interview today, weren't you?" he asked quietly. Amara froze. How do you know that?" He extended a hand. "I'm the CEO." Her heart nearly stopped. You're the one I was late for." "Yes," he said, nodding with wonder, "and now I see why you didn't make it." He glanced at his mother. "You chose empathy over ambition. That's something we look for, but rarely find." Amara's cheeks warmed, her breath unsteady. I'm sorry I missed the interview." He shook his head, firmly. "No, you didn't miss it." Amara blinked. "What do you mean, this?" He gestured at the scene around them. "This was your interview, and you passed with distinction." His mother nodded proudly. "She did more than pass. She lifted me up when I had no strength left." "Hire her, son." He smiled gently. "I intend to." A new chapter begins. He offered Amara a business card, though she no longer needed an introduction. "Come tomorrow," he said. "We'll start your onboarding." She stared at the card, speechless. I don't know what to say." His voice softened. "Just say you'll keep being the kind of person who changes the weather for others." The elderly woman reached for her hand again. "You changed mine today," she whispered. And for the first time that morning, the rain felt warm. The storm breaks, the sun arrives. As Amara walked home through the still drizzling streets, something extraordinary happened. The clouds slowly parted, a sliver of blue appeared, and the sun pushed softly through the gray. It felt like the city was applauding her, not for ambition, not for success, but for choosing kindness when no one else did. That night, she whispered to herself again. Today was the day, and tomorrow would be another. 1 year later, Amara became one of the company's most beloved leaders, not because she was perfect, not because she knew everything, but because she cared, about people, about purpose, about what really matters. The CEO often joked that she was the only candidate in history who got hired in the rain. His mother called her the daughter I never knew I needed. And Amara learned that life doesn't reward the loudest ambition, but the quiet decisions that prove who we truly are, because sometimes the road to your dream job is not a straight path. Sometimes it runs through a storm, sometimes it requires sacrifice, and sometimes it begins by carrying someone else. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, make sure to subscribe to Black Inside USA for more inspiring, emotional stories that brighten your day and remind you of the goodness still in the world.